Hello, wrestling fans, YouTubers, and to my subscribers. It is I, Hollywood Eric 86, and I want to come on here. One of the reasons I want to come on here is to tell you that I apologize for being off the grid for the last 2 or 3 weeks, or however long it may be. Stuff at the homestead here where I live at my apartment. There's been a lot of going on. The landlord that owns this place has put it up for sale, and he was prepping it and hyping it up and getting it ready for a potential buyer down the road if somebody ever wants to buy it. Plus, I help out a good friend of mine who I love as a grandfather, and I helped him out a lot. And plus, I'm a family man, so I have 2 little nephews that were starting kindergarten, so I wanted to spend as much time as I could with them. So that preempted me from doing the Battleground rant from last month. So, for YouTubers, to my subscribers, and to the YouTubers, and to the wrestling fans that watch my videos, I'm going to give you a special treat. Number 1 is the rant I'm doing now, and number 2 is that later this afternoon, I am going to do a Battleground / SummerSlam rant. I have only done that one other time, and that was my second video when I missed Hell in a Cell, and I did the Hell in a Cell Survivor Series rant at the same time. Now, bear with me on this because I'm going to have to go back and watch Battleground a little bit and remember some of the notes that I took in my head about the matches so I can give you the best reaction to that event and my reaction too. Because I feel sometimes I'm a little off on my reactions because I wait a little bit, so I want to try to give you the best that I can. If I only pick certain matches from Battleground, it is not because the other ones don't matter. It is because that right before that, the draft happened, and and then the pay-per-view happened, and then a lot of stuff that's happened since Battleground that led into last night's SummerSlam that leads in tonight is what happens. But hopefully I'm able to do all the matches, and I'm able to smoothly transition into SummerSlam, tell you all 10 of their matches and reactions, and then be able to give you my closing arguments like I always do. But, so, be ready, and then I will do that later today, and it will be uploaded later this week sometime, either tomorrow, Tuesday, or by into Saturday afternoon on the weekend before Sunday. That starts the new week. So, bear with me. I normally wouldn't, wait that long for a rant. It's normally that night or the next morning. But I don't know if my schedule will allow me or be free enough to do it. So bear with me on that. But that rant will be coming tonight. I promise. It'll be either later this afternoon or later tonight. It will be done. I promise you, as a treat to my loyal subscribers and to the wrestling fans and the YouTubers that watch my videos. And a personal note to my loyal subscribers. Thank you so much for not being upset with me for not doing the Battleground rant. I know a lot of you are probably looking for it. I am so sorry. Thank you for sticking with me. I respect and love every single one of you. Thank you so much. But now on to the subject at hand that prompted this rant. And yes, fans, it is about that pissant and shit stain in the wrestling industry, Vince fuck Russo. So instead of kicking back and resting for a little bit after the last rant I gave, this is rant number 4 because he doesn't want to shut his fucking mouth. This is a strictly Russo Save fucking rant. But it's a treat for you because you're getting a second rant and a second video later today that'll be uploaded later in the week. So this is another special treat for you. But on to the subject. That little motherfucker won't keep his fucking mouth shut. So, wrestling fans and YouTubers and to my subscribers, I'm sitting at Cryptic and Desire's house, watching SummerSlam, enjoying myself, and I get a nice little update from Ringside News. Cryptic sent it to me, just to kill the suspense, so I'm not going to be Russo and lie. Cryptic found it. Desire was on her tablet, and she was on Facebook, and he saw that. And he immediately read it and sent it to me during SummerSlam. And I'm going to read you excerpts from that show because I don't fucking watch it. And I don't plan on it because it fucking sucks. So, he gets it, and so his ball-rubbing, cock-sucking puppet disciple, Jeff Lane, gives him this grand introduction. Russo starts out by saying he's working for this independent promotion in Colorado. God knows, God help them. Really, God help them. And he said that was the most fulfilling work he had since 1999. That's insulting to me. Because isn't 1999 the year he went to WCW? World Championship Wrestling, my childhood company, the company I grew up watching, even though I did watch the Attitude Era in WWE. Even though he left after a few months, he came back and in a year's time killed it and handed it to Vince McMahon. And then he goes on to say, you know, after he says that, I wonder why it was fulfilling. Excuse me for backtracking. I wonder why, you bitch. Because you killed whatever it was that the WCW was. You handed it to Vince McMahon. And then you went along your merry way. And you split up a family. And I'm going to get to... And speaking of that, Jeff Jarrett did the same thing when he fucked a married woman and broke up her marriage, but that's a rant for another day. But see, you go on and you say that, and then you say that working for TNA wasn't fun or fulfilling, and that the fun and fulfillment went out the window the moment Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan walked through that door. I wonder the fuck why. Because you knew, because Jim Cornette states best, Vince, that you're a pussy. You probably ran for your fucking life the moment the immortal legend of wrestling locked eyes with you. Because he had stated up to that point in time, because of what you did to him at Bash at the Beach, firing him on national pay-per-view TV, that he'd fucking punch you in your fucking mouth and beat the hell out of you. And when you insulted him, downgraded him, and fired him on pay-per-view television, I wonder why he wants to beat your ass. And then another man whose character I consider an asshole, but I respect outside of wrestling because he's able to admit his fucking wrongs, and actually is a nice guy in some aspects, but to me still an asshole for a lot of personal reasons that I can't let go for his character on television, for his character in wrestling. Eric Bischoff, you're afraid of him because not only does he know martial arts, but he stated in several interviews that he wants to kick your teeth in. And of course he would want to kick your teeth in. Because you caused him to leave WCW so you could kill it. It just baffles me, Vince, how much that you want to continually prove my point. You say that you've changed. And you're honest with your audience. Well, wrestling fans, the other part is that he says that wrestling in general, mostly production and writing staff, is not as great as him. That he's better. That is insulting to us. That's insulting our intelligence. In what way possible are you fucking better than the writing staff, Vince? Explain that to me. Your ideas suck. You don't know wrestling. Because your writing consists of less wrestling, swerves out the ass, and your ideas suck and they're fucking garbage. And then roll over anybody that you see fit that you don't fucking like. And kill whatever remnant of wrestling you have left. Then it goes about stating, fans, and another reason that this prompted this is that 2 weeks ago, I believe, Dixie Carter finally stepped down as president of TNA. That's about fucking time. And Smashing Pumpkins frontman and rock star Billy Corgan, who I am not a personal fan of the Smashing Pumpkins, it's just a preferred preference, so no insult out there for the Smashing Pumpkin fans, is now the official TNA president. And Dixie Carter, most people are just saying saying this to cover the real truth, but I'm just going to say it. They say it's a promotion. I say it's a promotion / demotion because she is now the chairman and chief strategy officer. Most people would say, well, how is that, not good as a chairman? She's no longer in charge of the TNA talent or contracts, or has anything to do with TNA. Although she's still like Vince McMahon and has to have last say. So, with that being said, and also what's ironic is that 2 days after Corgan takes the presidency, all the TNA wrestlers that either weren't paid or still wasn't being paid, and production staff were magically paid. My God. Maybe there's hope for TNA yet, but but we'll see. Time will tell on that. But it goes back to the statement that he says that maybe Corgan could make that Corgan needs to change the old and stale writing and the state of wrestling for the last 2 decades. What the fuck do you even know about wrestling, Vince, in the last 2 decades? You know nothing about wrestling. Nothing. Whatso-fucking-ever. You don't know nothing about wrestling. You never have. Because you also went on to state in an interview with Billy Corgan, which I couldn't watch all of because I'm starting to be like Jim Cornette where your voice is annoying and just the sight of you sickens me and wants me to punch you in your fucking mouth. The same way I look at John Cena's fucking slack jaw. I got through part of it. I couldn't even get through 20 minutes, but from what I could see, he was telling Corgan that wrestling to him was always entertainment because it started in the circus. Who gives a flying shit? Who gives a shit if it started in a fucking sewer with 2 alligators fighting? Who gives a flying fuck? Just because that was the entertainment portion doesn't mean you kill whatever remnant of wrestling. Did Ric Flair consider it entertainment? Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream, Sting, fucking Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, although he's considered an entertainer. But Hulk Hogan and all of them other legends and performers and wrestlers, do they look at it as a fucking circus or entertainment? Because I know Kevin Owens looks at it as a job. Looks at it as wrestling. And for somebody else, also states on that aspect, you've gone on record, Vince, several times downgrading Kevin Owens because he spent time on the independent scene 15 years. But yet, that God promotion that I pray that God gets smart, that you work for in Colorado that's independent, you stated that there are 6 guys on that roster that you put on Monday Night Raw. So again, you're a hypocrite. You go back on your word. You downgrade Kevin Owens, saying he's not good enough because he spent time in the independent scene. But then here you go, picking 6 guys off of this supposed roster that far exceeds what wrestling is now. I highly doubt it. Coming from you, I highly doubt it. And the fact that Chavo Guerrero went to that school while you were there is a surprise. Really. Thank you again, Vince, for proving that you're a fucking hypocrite and that you're a liar. But it also goes to one other subject that he said that this son of a bitch said. Is that all of that, him being better than most writers, will probably not get him hired anywhere because he's considered a threat. Oh my God, Vince. Oh my God. Jim Cornette has stated on several aspects that you're a pussy. You're not a threat, number one. You're never a fucking threat. You're a fucking popsicle. I could crack you in two. You probably weigh, about 170 pounds soaking wet? Maybe even less that, because you probably gained weight like Mark Madden, probably. Number two, Vince. They wouldn't hire you because you fucking suck. You're fucking garbage. Every fucking thing you touch dies. Everything you've ever had your hands in has sucked. Look what you did to TNA. You made them have a name that was perverted in the beginning so they would fail. You caused Jeff Jarrett up until last year to not talk to his dad because you got in his fucking ear. And I don't care if he's gotten smarter, he's still like you. He's still an asshole. But then you stand there and think that we're a threat, insulting us again. See, Vince, you're not still insulting us. But see, this attitude you have, this new attitude people say you have, I've already seen it before. I saw it in WCW. I saw it in TNA when you first were there. When your philosophy didn't change. You've been hiding it for so long that when you shot yourself in the foot and then went on Raw and then went on and smoked weed, which by the way I did see on your fucking podcast list as being on there, but didn't watch it because I didn't need to. That you smoke weed before Raw just to get you through the 3 hours of Raw. And you've got negative comments. I've magically started to see your true self. Thank you, Vince, for proving my point. For proving what I've been telling people has been the truth. So continually do that. Continue to do that. Continue to be stupid, be a moron, and be a fucking douchebag. And be an asshole. Continue to do it. Continue to prove my fucking point. Because you're driving it home. You don't like what's going on, so you're letting your fans see your true colors. And speaking of your audience, this is what his loyalty is to you Vince Russo puppets out there. And I don't give a shit if y'all are pissed off or not, because anybody that supports him are puppets. I'm sorry. Except for the ones that I still respect because they're actually smart enough to know he's not all smart as he claims to be. But are nice to him and give him credit for some of the shit he did. But for the fans out there that want to support him, they're puppets. This is what loyalty means to your supposed savior, whoever the fuck he considers himself nowadays. And for you, the wrestling fans, he goes on and the closes. I mean, then his little dick sucker ball rubber Jeff Lane asked him, would he consider going to TNA because Billy Corgan is now in charge? His response was, yes, me and Corgan have had cordial conversations, but I'm not going to discuss anymore. That's what his loyalty is. You think hiding it, Vince, is smart? You think not telling us is you win? You fucking idiot. Oh my God. You honestly think that's going to give you credibility? When you've been prying yourself for the clips I've seen for over a fucking year in your ass since I started my rant on your ass almost a year ago, since my crusade with you started? Because I don't watch your shows in full. I get clips from people that fucking watch your shit and send it to me. The fact that you stand there, because I don't believe you sit, because I secretly believe you stand and let all your puppets suck your dick and rub your balls and let them come in your and you let them come into their and you come in their mouth. But you've been prying yourself on not lying to the fans, to your supporters, and telling them the truth on everything that you say. When you did your little China propaganda shit before she tragically died, and you got her on your show and tried to expose Triple H was an asshole, you said you wasn't going to allow the fans to be lied to. That there'd be no secrets in that interview. Not only did you deviate from that, but now, with this newfound attitude, which I've seen before because you ain't fooling nobody, you want to lie to your audience by not telling them the truth. Billy Corrigan, if you're watching and you see this, and if you want to see this or you hear about it, I'll send you the link gladly. Don't let him in TNA. I don't care if you're one of his puppets or one of his supporters or friends. I don't give a shit. You need to see the body of work he's done since Vince had that lapse in insanity and allowed him to actually write for the Attitude Era. For the year and a half or 2 years, however the fuck he wrote. You need to see what he did after. The products he gradually killed off. Because he gets rid of people he don't like. Like Hogan, like Bischoff, and like Cornette. And then he insults Jeff Jarrett. Who I fucking hate with a passion. But that was his supporter back then. And Vince, don't attempt to go to TNA. Don't you go back to TNA, Vince. Stay the fuck out of American wrestling. We don't want you here. We never have wanted you here. When are you going to get the fucking message? We don't give a shit about you. We don't care. And for the independent promotion in Colorado that actually has him on there, God help you. I will pray for you every fucking night that you see the damn light and let him go. Because he's not helpful. He's just a cancer. He's not what he says he is. At all. Vince, stay the fuck out of American wrestling. Stay the fuck out of TNA. And keep your fucking mouth shut when it pertains to the world of professional wrestling. Because on this channel, it's professional wrestling, not entertainment. So, with that being said, you fucking bastard, I have a nice little parting gift for you. I want you better respond to my video. Fucking respond, you pussy. Stop ducking me. Stop hiding me. Stop thinking I ain't worth your time. I'm gonna dog you until the end of time. Come on my fucking show and debate me. If you want to bring your fucking self, fine. You want to bring your fucking little puppets, fine. I'll bring my boys. Because I already know one boy that will definitely fucking come on here. They're my boys, but he's a man. And a man's man at that. I'll bring my fucking brother on here. He wants to hurt you more than me. My brother-in-law will gladly come on here with your fucking puppets. And I got a couple other people on standby that'll come in too. Because, Vince, I watch you. I got friends too. My subscriber list may not be as big, but I'm proud of every one I get every once in a while. The ones that have been with me, including my new ones that come along. Because like I stated before, I make no money doing my rants. Because it ain't about money. I do this because I love to do it. And just talking about you and making you look like a piece of shit is just the icing on the cake. Makes me feel even better. So, either respond to my challenge or fucking answer it. I don't care if it's by email, telephone, or face-to-face. I wouldn't recommend face-to-face because, like I said earlier, I'd knock your damn lights out. But if you want to Skype me or want to come on my show via satellite, I don't fucking care. Respond to me, you asshole, because I ain't going nowhere. Don't be like Average Gamer 96 and don't respond and say I ain't worth my time, and then you change your name and go off the grid because you're afraid. Because you got proven wrong. Come on my show and prove me wrong, because you won't prove me wrong. I know all the flaws that you have. I know this attitude you have, Vince. Stop ducking me. Stop ducking me. Come and respond to me. I ain't afraid of you, because I'll respond back. I will gladly respond to you. Any damn time you want to banter, I'll come. Come find me. I ain't that far to look. I'm on YouTube all the fucking time. I know if you'll have something up. Respond to me, you fucking pussy. I put the link on your fucking video, but you delete it like you would everything else. So, as a parting gift to you, fuck you, and the fucking whatever horse or whatever hell you rode in on. And Jeff Jarrett, fuck you too for being an idiot for all them years and still being an asshole. And fuck you to all the fucking puppets that rule with Vince Russo on his fucking show. Keep your fucking mouth shut, Russo, and stop insulting us, the wrestling fans. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of garbage. Stay the fuck out of wrestling, and you better respond to my challenge. I'll still be here. Well, that wraps up my rant, fans. Hopefully it's not too long this time, because I don't think it is. I'm hoping it's not. It could be over 20 minutes. If it is, just bear with it. This is just something that prompted it from last night, getting all the points done. I'm Hollywood Eric 86. And beware to later today for my rant on Battleground and SummerSlam. That will be coming as a special treat to you. And this is dedicated to my good friend that I subscribe to, FouseyTube, and to my nephew, Jayton. Thank you to the best family on YouTube. I really appreciate every one of you, and thank you to my family for sticking by me for making these videos. I couldn't go on and have the courage to do this without the support of my loyal subscribers, the YouTubers, the wrestling fans that watch my videos, and my family. And to my nephew Jayton, who loves it when FouseyTube says good morning to the best family on YouTube. I did that as a dedication because I love FouseyTube. He's a great guy. And Fousey, I wish you the best of luck through all this drama that they're causing because of what your video says. I like your video. I respect you. I'll never say anything negative. And in a personal note, Roman Atwood, thank you so much for being such the man that you are. Your smile, more stuff makes me feel good every morning whenever I'm feeling low in my day. Thank you for that. And those are the side notes and shout outs to a couple people that I subscribe to, and the Cryptic Gaming Network and the Cryptic Gamer 417. Thank you so much for being my brother-in-law. I love you to death. I enjoy every bit of your To Boldly Go series. I'm looking forward to every single episode, and if you fans have not checked that out, go to Cryptic Gaming Network on his gaming channel. It is a must-see. It is a fucking badass series. So, I'm going to sign off here. I'm Hollywood Eric 86. Stay tuned later this afternoon for my Battleground and SummerSlam rant. It will be coming. It'll be coming, and I will upload it sometime this week, either tomorrow or up until Saturday. So just be ready for it. Thank you to everybody again. I love you. I'm Hollywood Eric 86. Thank you. Thank you, and God bless every single one of you. I love you. Go to my Facebook page. It's Hollywood Eric 86. It has all 21 of my videos up there. Like it if you want. Also, come to this channel and watch it, and like my page, and subscribe to my page. And then you can leave comments if you want, negative or positive. It don't bother me. I can take anything. I'm 30 years old. I'm not Vince Russo. I'm not a baby. But again, I'm Hollywood Eric 86. Thank you. God bless. I'll see you later. I'm out.